This is bad, gang. All three former co-hosts of the Bigger Picture podcast are having a rough week.
People are starting to come around.
Shout out to the real big three.
I'm sorry?
The real big three.
Who are the real big three?
It took Elliot Wilson 6 days to go from this album stinks to album of the year.
Which album?
Iceman. Shout out to Elliot. We love you, but
shout out to Elliot,
when you texted me that today and then I saw the tweet as well, I was like, oh, I didn't know you were going to publicly say that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, though. And they were pulling up all the old Elliot Wilson clips.
Damn.
Of the bigger picture of just everything that he had said about Drake.
Yeah, man. It's all right, man. Enjoy the album. Enjoy the music, man. It's okay. No matter what you said back then, it's fine.
Yeah.
Enjoy the music.
What I peeped was Hed basically low key saying that shit is a slap. But we just don't want to hear you dissing us.
Right.
So I'm gonna reproduce the song so that all the other Cali DJs could play this slap.
Well, he walked it back though. I was just joking, and because they jumped on his ass.
A slap is a slap.
They jumped on his ass about what? What did he walk back?
He had not. That he was just joking. So because
but he did really put out the DJ.
I know that, but he was like, I should have worded my jokes better. Like he basically was saying, "Oh shit, the backlash. Let me address that by cleaning it up and saying it's a joke." Even if you put it out, you still the fact that you didn't stand behind it and ran and said, "All right, it's a joke." You edit some shit, edit it, my nigga. Like I said, I've been doing it.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
Plenty of radio DJ edits historically.
But that speaks to the record. That speaks to the record.
Speaking only for me, if anybody I know, like, or love plays a Joe Budden diss record with the Joe Budden disses edited, nigga, you're still a Joe Budden diss record. Like, that didn't change nothing for me that you muted out fuck Joe Budden. The essence of the song is rooted in fuck Joe Budden.
Like we had DJs
ingrained in the chakras
and they was in the studio saying fuck Joe.
So now my man vibing out to it, but it's the clean version of fuck Joe Budden. I'm gonna look at my man like, what the fuck are you doing, nigga?
DJ Akademiks says that he has $100,000 for me if I can prove that he was being paid by the head of Truth Social.
Jeremy, I got $100,000 for you if you provide that.
Let me read some receipts. November 14th, 2025. Chris Pavlovsky sent a payment to Livingston Allen for $8,804 and another one on December 23rd, 2025 for $1,234. That's almost $10K. Technically, that's only a tenth of what you would owe me. I won't put it on screen, but you can go double check the PayPal app. Now I know you want to act all confused and Google it.
Head of Truth. Listen, who's this person? It's ran by who?
But you know this man very well since he and others have been paying you for your Rumble deal since 2023, which is public information. And with these unstated transfers, who knows what else he was paying you to say. You can DM me for my Zelle info. Although since you said that you could basically be paid off by anyone, any politician, any party.
If a politician comes and says, Ak, I got $50,000 for you. Put my banner as Republican 2028. Put it up top. It's up top. If the Democrats say, yo, Ak, we really need you. All we need is that banner up there that says Democrats for 2026. It's going to be up there.
You don't have a moral line when it comes to being paid. It's all money to you. I don't know that I want your dirty money, so I may just donate it. But there's more. Speaking of wire transfers, I hear there's a real investigation going on in Australia into you and your boy George, otherwise known as the Asian man who says the N-word freely and unironically goes by a name associated with this group. But I guess you've never really had a problem interacting with wizards. But allegedly, stake and also the money you've been receiving from there may not be exactly what it seems. And there may be some illegal activity going on there. All allegedly. But once again, maybe that's for another video. If Drake took out the D-R-E, maybe he'd be in jail just based off the name that it spells. I know it's hard for you to take 10 minutes off of glazing, but when you react, let's put Drake aside. I like a lot of the songs on Iceman, and I think it's a good album, so we can agree there. This is about me and you now, Ak. So let's have a heart-to-heart about your pride. But I bet that you have higher stake problems than me.
You know the nigga is trying to claim my Rumble streaming payment is bro, that's my Rumble streaming payment.
Yeah.
Like, he literally, bro, I'm going to put the PayPal screenshots because Chris Pavlovsky is the owner of Rumble.
Right.
He doesn't work at True Social.
He doesn't work
what I'm saying?
At all?
Bro, he paid me from, Rumble's a public company. It says streaming company. It says Rumble Canada. The news from Canada. Imagine thinking a guy from Canada is a guy who's like this, bro. He's from Canada.
Y'all can't do nothing with me. 8,804. This is politics. It's my fucking streaming, you bum ass nigga. I fucking work my ass off, which you bum ass niggas don't do. I sit here, stream on 15 platforms, and if I get what I deserve way more than $8,000 from motherfucking Rumble. That's a fact. Look, the custom note. Thank you for using Rumble. Note from, hold on. It says from Rumble Canada. Hold on. What date did he say? November 14. Rumble. Thanks for using Rumble. They're accusing me of, because I stream on Rumble, I am now some, bruv, come on, bruh. Yes, Rumble is a Canadian company. They're saying this is a propaganda pay. They're saying this is a propaganda pay. Bruv, I forgot. I don't even like be looking at money that Rumble sent me. So I was like, what? So I went in the shit, I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, they're talking about Rumble. Rumble paid me. It didn't say Rumble paid you for Trump. By the way, here's the funny thing. Count that sends me the money is Rumble's account. It's not Chris Pavlovsky, who is the CEO and the founder.
It's an emergency. It's an emergency, gang. This is bad. This is absolutely terrible. This is not good, gang. Sometimes your allies and people that you like may do some things that ain't so great, and you actually got to report on it, gang. And I do have to hang my head. This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you, but I do have to speak on this, gang. I like these guys. I like DJ Hed. I like Jeremy Hecht. And I think I might like Elliot Wilson. I don't know yet, gang. It's to be determined, but I don't hate that nigga, okay? Let me just say this. It's bad. I'm going to do this with kid gloves, but I have to do this, gang, because this is my job. But these guys got cooked this week. I love these dudes, gang. I'm just going to be honest, man. This is not something I really take no pleasure in doing, gang. I wish it was another way, but I have to speak on this, man. The former co-host, man, the weekly hip-hop debate show and podcast hosted by industry veterans Elliot Wilson, DJ Hed, and Jeremy Hecht have had a rough couple days, gang, and I'm going to speak about all of them in turn. I'm just going to talk like it's me and you, gang. I'm not going to do a whole lot of details, this, that, and the third. I'm just going to let you know what happened, okay? And we're gonna have this conversation, but I'm going to go from the lightest to the worst, gang. And the lightest one was Elliot Wilson, gang. Elliot Wilson, I got this article pulled up, but Elliot Wilson, gang, you know him and Drake ain't been getting along for a whole lot of time. Well, he said he put his biases aside, and he declared Iceman the album of the year, gang. I don't know if you know anything about Elliot Wilson's relationship with Drake, but I know, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost certain, and if I'm wrong, I'll edit it out. Somebody tell me in the comments, but I'm almost certain that Elliot Wilson, the night that Iceman dropped, Elliot Wilson said, can we get, instead of 3 albums, just give us one good one? I'm almost certain Elliot Wilson said that. I could be wrong, but that's some of the rhetoric that has gone back and forth between Elliot Wilson and Drake. Let me read this article. We're going to have a conversation, but I want you to know it does not end here. They are having a rough week. The Bigger Picture podcast, they might need to bring that shit back together so they can clarify some of this shit, okay? Elliot Wilson declares Drake's Iceman album of the year by Gabriel Brosnan Veres for hotnewhiphop.com. Elliot Wilson said he put his personal feelings aside, recognizing the quality of Drake's Iceman track list. Gang, you got to understand, for this guy to eat these words and say this, this ain't your average oodles or noodles, gang. This is old shit. This some spicy shit from Japan. This guy eating this shit. This can't be good in his mouth. Let me finish. There have been a lot of big hip hop albums this year from A$AP Rocky, J. Cole, Baby Keem, and many more. But none have been as big as Drake and his 3 new albums, of which Iceman is the most notable. The project is even getting love from some of his frequent media critics in the rap world, such as Elliot Wilson. Gang, I thought it was a typo. I thought they were joking, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't believe this when I read. I said it's gotta be a prank, gang. You know how them dudes be doing them videos. It's a prank, bro. It's a prank. This gotta be a prank. But nope. Let me finish. Maybe he tongue in cheek. Let me read this. He recently took to Twitter to share his updated thoughts on Drizzy's rap-centric LP. The journalist acknowledged that he had to put his personal feelings aside to understand the track list quality, pointing out his 13 picks from the 18 songs on it. Quote, I give him 13 now. Hip hop album of the year, he wrote earlier today. Quote, also he quoted, gotta put my personal feelings aside. Sending a rat emoji is a nefarious action. Shaking my head. I don't know what's going on. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. Told y'all in 20, future reunion. Told y'all in 24. There's a whole lot of shit they wrote in here. He also admitted that he omitted Ran to Atlanta with French and Molly Santana from his selections, as well as the West Coast inspired Too Hard for the Radio. The other tracks he left off his rotation are Dust, Bees on the Table with 21 Savage, and Plot Twist. For those unaware, Drake has had beef with Elliot Wilson for his criticisms and allegiance to the dot era. Amid the Kendrick Lamar battle, allegedly he sent Elliot a rat emoji, insinuating he believes Wilson gave information about him to Kendrick or other folks amid that chaos, gang. That's a very serious charge, and if Elliot had anything to do with that, he better repent now. But you know your boy Drizzy don't care. If he believe it, then it's real. So end of the day, they ain't never gonna piece it up. Okay, let me continue. The media commentator denied those claims, but the debates continue to come up about it. DJ Akademiks recently claimed Kendrick Lamar dissed Elliot Wilson to his face in reference to the rat accusations. But when Elliot Wilson told that story, he suggested it was more in jest rather than actual criticism. Either way, there's a lot of context that could contribute to Elliot Wilson's trashing the Sixth God at every chance he gets, and vice versa. These guys do not like each other. So for him to say it's the album of the year, gang, this is almost damn near impossible, gang. It's like trying to win a dice game with fixed trick dice, gang. You can't do it. Let me continue. But Wilson gives the boy credit when he feels like he deserves it, such as praise for his new Nokia music video, his career trajectory overall, and more. Will Iceman remain the album of the year by the time 26 is done? We'll have to see how the rest of the year plays out. But right there, gang, to me, for Elliot Wilson to admit that in any kind of form, fashion, it has to feel like an complete L, okay? There is no way to walk that back or walk that down. That means you caved and you're trying to save face by saying it was good because you ain't had no choice. You really wanted to hate it. But that's the first L of the trio, gang. All three of y'all getting L's. Like I said, I like these niggas, gang. I like Head. I like pause. End of the day, right? I like these guys, right? I like this guy. I like Jeremy Hecht, and I like Elliot Wilson, gang. But I got to do this. So the next thing, and I was kind of confused about this myself, right? I was kind of confused that DJ Head did this. I didn't understand why he wanted to make a radio edit of Drake. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do we give a fuck about Drake's music if it get played or not? And I don't know if he's joking or did this for real, but Head was criticized after airing an edited version of Drake's Too Hard for the Radio. I don't know if you guys know, but Drake did a song called Too Hard for the Radio. It's about, I believe it's a remake of Mac Dre's song, and the producers from the Bay, and this, that, and third, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe Mac Dre's mom gave the blessing, but we all know what it really is. It's a dig at, a lot of people say, well, the Bay and LA, they separate, da-da-da. But it's a dig, it's a West Coast dig at Dot. It's trying to low-key just take a little shot, like I can do what you do. I can do your shit on your coast, and ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm sure they got some shit going on. I saw something earlier today that I might report on tomorrow that I believe it was Fantastic Hip Hop. He broke a story that they had posted that Drake was in LA allegedly or somewhere on the West Coast shooting in California. Okay, the words was California, shooting a music video. And then they immediately made him take that down. The people that put it up, they made him take it down, but it caught fire and people got wind of it. So we don't know what he's doing over there in California, but he's probably shooting a video trying to mock K Dot and just take some more digs. And by you playing it, it could seem like you're assisting him in that venture, right? So DJ Head he went and edited out the disses because Drake is dissing people like DJ Mustard and this, that, and third. So DJ had took it upon himself allegedly to make a edit. So let me read this article and have a conversation. DJ Hecht is criticized after airing an edited version of Drake's Too Hard for the Radio by Alexander Cole for HotNewHipHop.com. And this is number 2, gang. This is L number 2. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like it's an L because I don't know why you did this, but let me finish. DJ Hecht revealed that he took the Mustard and West Coast disses out of Drake's Too Hard for the Radio, and no one is happy about it. It just don't make no sense, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. DJ Hecht made waves on the night of Drake's album release by claiming that a second project was coming along, Iceman. At the time, he said the second album was called Man of Honor. Of course, we now know that the project was actually Made of Honor. Furthermore, we also know that it was a triple release as opposed to a double release. Now, I had made a comment when Hecht had put that up, and then they came out with the 3 albums, and there was an article that said that Gordo knew about the 2 albums, but he didn't know about the 3. I had made a joke on Twitter that Gordo is the mole. Somebody's a mole over there in that camp, because there's no way DJ Hecht should have known it was 2 albums. Doesn't matter, he didn't know it was 3. He knew it was 2 in the first place, and he knew the name. So somebody over there told him something, or somebody at some pressing plant may have got wind of it and that had to press up. I don't know if he did physicals or not. Maybe somebody got wind of that or distributor or something. But there was a mole, and I made a joke that it was Gordo, because Gordo was like, he didn't even hear the 3rd album at all. He gave him the beats, and Homeboy made the shit himself and put it out without nobody knowing. So I thought that was interesting. But let me continue. Since that fateful Friday, DJ Hecht has remained in the headlines thanks to a recent move involving the song Too Hard for the Radio. This is the song in which Drake takes shots at the West Coast over Bay Area production. He even disses Mustard on the song. For good measure, however, Hecht took it upon himself to remove some of the disses and clean it up for his own radio broadcast. And I heard something, gang, and I'm just going to be honest, it's weird when these guys catch a W, but Rory and Maul were talking about this, gang, and you know we don't give them no slack over here, no credit for nothing. But Maul, actually, Rory said, I think it was Rory and Maul both said, you took the disses out of that, but you left the disses in Not Like Us. You were offended by these disses, and you wanted to make sure everybody could play that, but you didn't make sure everybody could play Not Like Us. It's weird. Why do you care what Drake is saying, gang? It don't make no sense. The DJs can play it, or they don't have to. Nobody has to play this record. Don't make it easier, gang. It's weird shit. Let me continue. This has led to some widespread criticism, with many stating that DJ Hecht should either play the song as it was written or just forget about it entirely. Overall, this was a take that was articulated by Wayno on his YouTube page, and now it's on my page too. I didn't understand it when I heard it a couple days ago. It just didn't make no sense. The explanation just got worse as it kept going. Rory and Maul had a similar take on the situation, with the pair calling Hecht weird for his move. Rory and Maul have been kind to Drake over the past couple years, so this should not be a surprise. However, it's clear that hip-hop commentators don't love the idea of a DJ editing out disses to make his friends more comfortable. So let me just ask you a question. Hecht, why do they need to play it? We answer that shit. What the fuck the West Coast need to play this shit for anyway? Let's just be honest. It ain't a real West Coast record, right? Mac Dre, when he did it, okay, was that? This ain't Mac Dre. This is Drake talking shit about niggas on the West Coast. Why would you make sure they play the shit? I don't know, gang. Let me continue. At the end of the day, Drake is likely to have the last laugh here, as Too Hard for the Radio is one of the potentially 43 tracks that will land on the Hot Billboard 100 tomorrow. In fact, this is a song that has top 10 potential given its hype on the album. However, it is expected that Janice STFU will be the song contender for number 1. Now, they've decided that song is the number 1 song because he didn't tell them what the hit record was supposed to be or what they should be pushing. So the fans want to decide it's going to be Janice STFU, okay? Now, that's 2 down and 1 to go. This last one, gang, I'm just going to be honest. When you give Akademiks a win, you let us all down, gang. I've been watching this story. I didn't want to jump too quick because I wanted to see what happened, gang. And what had happened was this got bad. I'm just going to be honest. Unless Jeremy Hecht pulls out a wild-ass haymaker tomorrow morning and he says some shit that I don't know what he could say to actually recover from this. This is absolutely terrible. Akademiks, he put the pause on him, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. In Akademiks, I cannot stand the thought that I just got to win. He got 2 wins in a row. He went after Myron ass. he went after Myron ass and actually talked some sense to his ass about the Chud the Builder. And now Hecht jumped out there very, very confidently. Let's just be honest. I thought Hecht had him. I'm like, shit, Hecht, the way he talking, he got some secret shit. Well, I don't know, but if the shit that Hecht was, the receipts that Hecht talking about, he get $100,000, I think you might fuck around and act $100,000. Let me read this article. We're gonna have this conversation, but it didn't end like it started, okay? Jeremy Hecht claims that DJ Akademiks is being paid by Trump-owned Truth Social by Gabriel Brosnan-Varez for HotNewHipHop.com. DJ Akademiks clowned Jeremy Hecht for saying Drake should denounce the White House using Iceman as political propaganda. Drake dropped Iceman just last week, and it unsurprisingly caused an uproar along with his three other albums. Listen, he only has 2 other albums. Let me correct this writing right here. Some of these articles on these fucking sites be weird. With his 2 other albums, okay? Even the White House got in on the fun by remixing his cover art and tracks as MAGA promo, which led to controversy from critics of United States President Donald Trump. Hecht pointed out the lack of response from Drizzy to these posts on Twitter, which DJ Akademiks immediately dismissed. Now, Hecht has taken to his Instagram page to respond to Act's perspective. Quote, the White House has now made 2 promos using Drake's album, which he hasn't denounced yet. But they thought we were crazy for saying Iceman is a tone-deaf album title in this climate, which it is. It's a tone-deaf album in this climate. He tweeted, this referred to earlier debates around Drake's Iceman album title. So this is Akademiks chiming in. When he saw this, he's full on homeboy from Django. He's full on with Samuel Jackson's character and he's hugging Leonardo DiCaprio. He's full on that guy right now, okay? So he came in to rush for nobody asked him, what none of his business. He didn't have to say nothing, but he came in rushing to Drake's defense because Drake ain't gonna say nothing. But Akademiks full on, he got the OVO chain. Listen, he all greased up and ready to go, right? So he comes in, goes, shut your bitch ass up. Talking about a rapper need to denounce free promo from the effing White House. I'm so glad niggas like you is out of here. This is the dumb shit. See, this shit like this, Akademiks, he got to get out of here, gang. Like this is why we have this guy in the office, and it's guys like this that help get him there, gang. So this is the problem, but this is why I'm so disappointed, because Jeremy Hecht, as of right now, took a loss to this guy right here, the guy that's saying this nonsense. But let me continue. Ain't no denouncing F nigga. This is what he's calling Jeremy Hecht. Take that woke shit back to the effing dot era. It's Iceman season. This is Akademiks rare. This ain't even rare form. This is everyday get out the shower type shit. So Akademiks doing what Akademiks does, talking shit, cursing, drunk, loud, saying the N-word to white guys, just weird shit, right? So at the end of the day, this is what he did. So let me continue. The former Big Picture co-host responded with an IG video yesterday. He started off by mocking the streamer and commentator's foodiness and his drizzy meat gargling. Which was funny, gang. I thought Hecht was cooking. I was like, oh shit, Hecht is cooking. I didn't know he had it in him, but he did. Later highlighting the White House's post about Drake's Iceman. I guess Hecht was like, I got time today. All right. So Hecht responded to DJ Akademiks. He has been caping for his daddy for years, he said of Akademiks, specifically referring to Trump. He then claimed that purportedly talking to alleged sources that Ak is being paid by the head of Truth Social and the social media platform Trump owns and uses extensively. Hecht also claimed every label is paying Akademiks. I believe that. They all paying Akademiks. That is 100% true. Akademiks went for years saying he could never be paid, never be bought, and then he told himself, and now we realize everybody paying him, everybody buying him. Tainting his musical coverage along with alleged political conflicts of interest. He went so far as to say regular rappers was paying him. Like if they pay him, he take it. Okay. He also clarified that he thinks the Toronto superstar most likely didn't intend any of this, pointing out how the sixth guy called the ICE agency fake fares on Iceman's ran to Atlanta with Future and Molly Santana. I tweeted a couple weeks ago. No, it wasn't last week. I think it was. It might have been this year. Akademiks wrote some shit, and I said this is why people don't like this guy Drake, because it's Akademiks' mouth, and people get annoyed with Akademiks when he's defending him, so they take it out on Drake. This is why a lot of us have turned these corners, and we used to be neutral and balanced and this, that, and the third, and it got so ugly because of Akademiks and people like him, that attitude that they bring, this raunchy, just disrespectful. So we got back like they created me, gang. This is how I got here, gang. So this is the attitude and the mood that he brings. So what Heck is trying to say is Drake don't do the talking. This is usually how it goes. These obnoxious ass fans get in the comments and they talk crazy shit, and the Akademiks is the worst one. Let me continue. ICE garnered outrage due to various civilian shootings in the U.S. and for their treatment of communities of all sorts, most significantly immigrant and marginalized populations. Heck also called attention to other artists denouncing the U.S. government for using their material. Finally, he called out Akademiks, issues with women, and backhandedly congratulated him for his new OVO chain after finally meeting his boss. So Heck had time today. Heck felt like this is a battle I want to engage in. I think I got enough ammunition to go with Act because Heck don't act like this, right? I've never seen Heck act like this, so he must have was like, okay, now it's time to shine, it's time to troll. Akademiks said my name, so guess what? Say my name. Heck was ready. He came out with all the receipts, the typical Akademiks bashing, this, that, and the third, right? And the simple fact of the matter is, yes, Drake should have denounced it. Everybody that doesn't agree with it denounces it. By you not denouncing it, that means you riding with it. So, yes, he was right, but that's not where it ended. And I kind of was like, I don't know where this is going. Heck saying he got some receipts, but I hope it ain't nothing silly. Well, gang, I'm just going to be honest. This dude, Akademiks, I'd never seen nothing like this, but it's kind of simple what he did do. He pulled out receipts that the guy that Heck was saying, because Heck came out with a video later with the so-called receipts saying that he got I think it was almost $10,000 worth of payments from the head of Truth Social to Akademiks, right? So Akademiks went on. I happen to see What's the Dirt stream, and Akademiks was on there talking about, I'm about to get him, I'm about to lay the pause on this, that, and the third. So then Akademiks come out of that, go to his own stream. He started bringing up receipts because he had told What's the Dirt it was some PayPal shit. So I was like, I hope to God this ain't no PayPal shit, because that could be payments from the website for him doing streaming. And sure enough, Akademiks went. He showed the PayPal, the actual receipt, not necessarily a receipt, but it is a receipt. It's like an invoice. When PayPal pays you, you have a screen that you can go and click all of the transactions. So he clicked on the transaction, the exact one that Jeremy Hecht had made so nefarious. Well, it ended up being a PayPal payment from Rumble. The guy owns Rumble, and so Rumble paid him out. So that information was public, and somebody saw it, and they were like, oh, this is him paying Act. So somebody told Hecht. Hecht took it as, that's my source. I got it on good authority. Hecht jumped out the window with, I got you, Act. I got receipts that you're getting payments from the owner of Truth Social, where he cited a magazine article, and Akademiks read the magazine article, and it said that the guy that Heck is saying was sending the payments, the guy was offered the job at Truth Social allegedly and didn't take it. So he was like, Heck, you didn't even read the article that you posted, and this payment right here, I'll show you the payment. This is a payment from Rumble. I stream all day on Rumble. I got 2 payments. I should have got way more, and this, that, and the third. So Akademiks 100%. This is absolutely devastating. This is bad. I don't know what Heck may have something else tomorrow. Maybe he got the nigga that really runs Rumble to come out and say it tomorrow. But as of right now, I think this is a disaster. This is a disaster of epic proportions, because what happened was he made Heck look very incompetent. He made Heck look very bad, because that was the furthest thing from a gotcha moment. You pretty much just said, Akademiks, I saw you get paid from streaming, right? It's not good. It ain't adding up. Now, we all learned that Rumble is a right-wing website allegedly owned by Trump, Truth Social, this, 9, and third. That could all be true, but they didn't pay him for the propaganda if he just streamed. Now, Heck may come back and say, well, you got paid for X, Y, and Z. He may come back with all kind of receipts or what Act did to earn that money. He's probably put that together as we speak. But as of right now, it's looking real bad. It looked like Act crushed the buildings. It looked like Act 100% bong, 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 and put Heck on the mat just real quick. Like, who was it? Gina Cardano or whatever her name is, took that L a couple nights ago, where she just bent her arm and that was it, right? End of the day, this looked bad for the whole podcast. Y'all might need to rejoin each other and get together and fix this, gang, right? You might need to fix this, because I don't know what's going on. Heck remixing and doing this, that, and third for Drake. What the hell's going on? Elliot Wilson just said Drake got album of the year. I don't understand that by no stretch of the imagination. And Jeremy Hecht jumped out the window, Big Bone and Brolic, and pretty much got the whole damn building crushed. It blew up and all kind of shit. So what they got to do over there is just regroup, gang. Just get some sleep, get some rest. I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm gonna get some rest. I hope you guys can understand that you all three of y'all made some real bad moves last night, but I still love you, right? I got fucking love for y'all niggas, but I gotta do my job, gang, and this hurt me more than it hurt you. But end of the day, it ain't really that serious, man. Y'all dudes could bounce back, but at the end of the other day, this stuff ain't gonna really fly in the culture, gang. We not talking about no Iceman, there's no album or no goddamn year, Elliot Wilson. I don't know what the fuck you lunching on, gang. I don't know what kind of boat you smoking, and I don't know why Hed is remixing anything for fucking Drake so niggas can play it easier. I hope that's a fucking prank. And heck, gang, listen, next time you jump out on a nigga and you swing, man, you better have a whole brick in your fucking hand, and that shit better be a real brick, because you hit this nigga and this nigga start laughing, slap the shit out you. Listen, I like these guys, and I'm gonna keep it like that. I hope that they can straighten this out. All right, end of the day. So I'm gonna leave it at this, man. I feel like we all say things, but they just try to get me a gotcha moment with the goddamn 150. I said that Iceman was going to do 150 to 225, but I said that when they got me, they after all of us, gang. Just pay attention. They after all of us. They after all of us. They after me. They after Heck. They after everybody. So like when J Robot came for me, it's like a coordinated effort. He tried to bring up I said in November of 2025, I said that when Iceman was real cold, right? He had just dropped the single. The last single he had dropped was the third song off Iceman episode 3, and he had put out Doghouse. The shit went number 51 on the Billboard. The nigga was cooked. Everything was bad. So I said it might do, if he dropped it today, it would do 150 to 225. Where Jeremy J Roebuck knows that when May came around and he had was it May or March? When is out this shit? Oh yeah, it dropped when May came around. Right before it dropped, the week after he had everybody licking ice, this, that, and the third, like a few days before the album dropped, I was asked again after all the promo. They spent $16 million on promo. He lit up the CN Tower, all this shit around the time. He did a lot of stuff, right? I started the seats at the basketball game, got the Michael Jackson, all this shit happened. It was all promo. But when I was asked again about a day or two before this shit actually dropped, the Iceman album, I said it'll probably do around 450. I said that on the Company Man show on Culture United. But J Roebuck, who's a Drake supporter, a Drake YouTuber, he went back to the first one, brought that up and said Challz said it was 150. This is embarrassing. What made you think of this? It's kind of disingenuous, game, because he skipped right over that. I changed my prediction when I had more facts. They don't care about that. They try to burn me. But at the end of the day, I came back. I bounced back. Everybody's out to get everybody. It is what it is. Just got to be more careful, gang. Let me just leave it at that, man. Hey, CLBMG, head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live, me, TJ, and Fliz on The What Show. Tap in about 9:15, 9:30 on my social media platforms. I got the Patreon up and running. You can join for a little as free $99, but I also do a lot of paid stuff over there, little stories that won't make it over here, but they will be over there. Lock in over there. Last but not least, Peanut Butter Tins music video, me, TJ, and Fliz. Tap in. That's on my video channel. You can type in Peanut Butter Tins, watch the video, get in the comments, let me know what you think. That's off the What Project. That's on all streaming platforms, gang. Listen, I am out of here. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So
So first, I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months' time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs, and yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb, and yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word, and he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share. Tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location. Tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.